welcome to Movie Review Mom. If this is the very first time you've joined my YouTube channel, yay, you're finally here. I have been waiting for you. And if you're a returning subscriber, yay, thank you so much for coming back. I really appreciate your support. When you get a minute, click on that little bell notification and it'll tell you every time I upload a new movie review, trailer reaction, or documentary analysis. All right, so today the movie I'm reviewing is called Ticket to Paradise. This romantic comedy movie is now available in theaters. It's rated PG-13 and is an hour and 44 minutes. The movie review mom grade I'm giving it is a B. I actually really enjoyed it. However, it's not perfect. I'll give you an overview in a nutshell, and then I'll point out things I liked and didn't like, as well as offer tips for parents, themes worth talking about, and some recommendations for other films that if you like those, then I think you'll like this one. All right, ready? So let's dive in. In a nutshell, David and Georgia, two divorced parents who can't stand each other, head to Bali after their daughter Lily announces her plans to marry a local islander she just met while on holiday. The parents decide to put aside their differences and work together to stop the wedding, believing that doing so will keep Lily from making a dreadful mistake similar to their own. The rom-com was directed by Al Parker, as well as written by him and Daniel Pibski. So some of the things that I really liked about this movie are, first of all, that it's so great to see Julia Roberts and George Clooney together again. This is their sixth movie together, and you can definitely see and feel their chemistry. They did a fantastic job. In 1996, George Clooney said he never wanted to do a romantic comedy again. So this is the first one that he's done since saying that. So when are celebrities ever going to learn to stop saying never? Because they always go back on their word. But I wonder what changed his mind. Possibly Julia Roberts. So Caitlin Dever is on a roll. If you enjoy her performance in this movie, you should definitely check out her movie, Rosalind, now playing on Hulu. She plays Romeo's ex-girlfriend. And in fact, I will preload my movie review of Rosalind after this movie so you can see what that movie is all about. Lucas Bravo plays Julia Roberts' boyfriend. And in the gag reel at the end of the movie, we see him wearing a Batman costume because he actually starred in the 1997 version of Batman and Robin. So I loved that little shout out for him. I'm assuming that all of the wedding traditions that are featured in the movie are real in Bali, but do you know if they are? Comment down below. I've never been to Bali, but it's on my bucket list. And it would be really cool to go to a wedding there because it looks like it takes place over more than just one day to get through all of those traditions. Anyway, it looked really sweet. Even though the movie is supposed to take place in Bali in Indonesia, it was actually filmed in Queensland, Australia. I had no idea that Australia could look like such a tropical paradise. I always thought it was mostly desert and bush out in the outback, that kind of thing. It just looks gorgeous. The music track is fun, especially during the beer pong scene in the movie where everybody's up and dancing and all of that. There's some beautiful cinematography by Old Brat Birkland. While much of the movie feels a bit shallow and exaggerated, there are enough heartfelt moments, I think, to make this trip to Bali worthwhile. Keep watching during the rolling credits for some fun bloopers. And I always love seeing gag reels. I think they should be included by law in every comedy. Now, with all of that praise, there were a few things that I didn't like or just thought could have been better. First of all, the movie is extremely predictable. Julia Roberts' outfits in the movie were hideous, and I was just surprised. She's such a beautiful woman, and they just looked baggy and frumpy on her. And I thought, well, is that what they want us to think her character is, as opposed to the beautiful woman that she is? So anyway, that just surprised me. Some of the dialogue also missed the mark for me and seemed pretty cliched. The bickering between the parents was so annoying, as they usually argued about insignificant matters, making them appear very petty and unappealing as characters. Let me give you some tips for parents. I think kids are going to be bored. It's really an adult talking movie. There's a young woman who sleeps with a young man after only knowing him for a few hours. There is some profanity. Someone ends up in the hospital after being bitten by a snake, and other people also sleep around, unmarried people, that kind of thing. Some of the themes that are illustrated well in the movie are marriage and divorce, choices and consequences, generational differences, societal expectations, rewriting the past, advice from others, and parenting. So I always write down funny lines and interesting lines to share with you so you can kind of get a taste for the flavor of the movie. I will put all of them on my written review at moviereviewmom.com, but I'll share just a few of them with you right now. So Julia Roberts was having some problems and, like ready to pass out. Anyway, and she says, I need some lemon water and bacon. And I thought, what a funny combination. But that was like the first thing that she said, after she'd been hurt. All right. So then there's this conversation between these two men. So Paul, who's played by Lucas Bravo, asks this one guy, you've been doing yoga? Because he's wearing these yoga pants. And George, who's played by Lucas Bravo, says, no, I just like the pants, because they're trying to hide an affair kind of a thing. Anyway, no spoilers. That's actually not an affair. But anyway, and then in some of the interesting lines are, one is spoken by Caitlin Dever, and she says, being loved is not the same as loving. And for this young woman, she's very wise. And she also says, I'm in the most beautiful place I've ever been in my life, and all I can do is look at you. And I thought, oh, what a great line, right? And then, because you're begging for more lines, I'll share another one that I thought was really good. And that was spoken by Georgia, who's played by Julia Roberts. And she says, it turns out a parent will do anything in the world for their kid, except let them be exactly who they are. And so a good portion of this movie is about parenting, making mistakes, trying to prevent your kids from making mistakes. And in doing so, you make more mistakes. And in that way, it's very comical, but it's also pretty profound that we need to let our kids make choices. And we spend so much time trying to protect them, but in making mistakes, that's how we learn and grow. All right, so some movies that I instantly thought of as I was watching this film are ones that I want to recommend. So the first movie is called A Week in Paradise, because we get to spend quite a few days in Bali, which just looks like paradise, even though technically it's Australia. And then another film is one that I recently reviewed, maybe last year. I think it's just a year old. It's called Resort to Love. And it's cute. There's sort of this bouncing back and forth of a woman who's not sure which guy she loves and all of that. I'll load up my movie review of Resort to Love so you can kind of get a taste of what that movie's all about. But I thought it was pretty cute. And we get to spend time in a beautiful resort location. All right, that's it for my review. I hope that you enjoy this movie. If you watch it, be sure and subscribe and give this video a thumbs up so that other people can find this video. I'm really trying hard to grow my channel, and I appreciate your support. Have a fantastic day, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye for now.